What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Robert Fitzpatrick. I am a real estate agent in the DFW area here in Dallas, Texas. And in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about what to expect when you're looking for a home with your real estate agent. Okay? What to expect. And this should be an interesting video. But before we get into it, guys, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell so you get all the notifications. This is going to be great. This video is part of a series where I'm teaching first-time home buyers what to expect and how to go through the process of buying a home. It's also for people who have already bought a home, but maybe you need a refresher. I know you don't do it often, so it can't really hurt. Okay, so what to expect when you are searching for your home, all right? So if you haven't watched the other videos that have come before this, 1, finding a real estate agent. 2, getting pre-approved. So you have your pre-approval and now you're with your real estate agent and you're trying you're actually going out and hunting. That you're in hunting mode now. This is what it's like. And especially in the market that we're in. You're in hunting mode. Okay? You're in hunting mode and you're going out and you should be focused. So when you are searching for your home now, this is the time to be the most decisive, okay? Because here's why. Inventory is already low right now. So inventory is low. So what does that mean? That means there are less properties on the market and there are more buyers pretty much that want to buy these properties than sellers that are selling. So here's what's going on. When you go out to look at these properties, that takes time. Many people work a job. So they may only be able to look at properties on the weekends or later at night. They're very limited in when they can go look at properties. So if you're not focused and you don't know that, for instance, you only want one story, you want a one-story home. Well, we have no business going to look at two-story homes, right? We don't need to schedule the showing, drive all the way out there, look at a two-story home just for us to get there and then you be like, I mean, I love it, but it's 2 stories, so now I don't want to do it. That's something we could have we could have decided that before we got there, right? That wasn't like, oh, I got here and there was something that was not in the pictures. You knew that before we got there. So we need everything written down that you need in a property. Because the more focused we are, the better we can filter through the properties you don't want and go look at the ones you do want. Because if we're looking at properties you do want, then there's a better chance that we're going to find it. And then when we find it, we're going to be able to put in an offer, before somebody else gets the property. So story time, right? I always like to back up what I'm saying with stories. So, real story. I'm showing a client properties one time, right? Showing them properties. We were looking at a couple properties, and this client was one of the most indecisive clients that I've ever worked with, right? So we get to this property. And we've already looked at a bunch. And we get to this property and my client's going off. Oh my God, I love this property. I want this property, blah, blah, blah. Put an offer in, boom. Okay. So what ends up happening is I contact the agent, the listing agent. I say, hey, look, we're going to put an offer in on this property. Are there any other offers, anything like that? They say, no, this is the only offer, putting the offer in. So then what happens? My client calls me and says, hey, before you put that offer in, I want to go look at the property later on today again. Don't put the offer in. I say, okay. Or it was the next day. I say, okay. So the next day, I don't put the offer in. The next day, we go look at the property again like they wanted. It was like 5 p.m. They look at it again. I don't know what they saw the second time that they didn't see the first time. They look at it again. They say, okay, we for sure want this property now. Put the offer in. I say, bet. I get in my car, put my seatbelt on, turn my car on, turn the music on. I'm jamming. I think I was listening to some Eric Thomas, motivational stuff. Driving home. I get a call from the listing agent. Listing agent says, hey, Robert, We actually just accepted an offer on the property. I'll keep you updated if anything changes. You know that feeling you get in your gut, like when something happens, it just hits you. That's the feeling I got. Because if we would have put the offer in a day earlier, we would have had it under contract. But because they waited and they were indecisive, we lost out. And when I had to give them this news, it was a gut punch to them. Now, we eventually ended up getting them a property, and what I can tell you for sure is that after they got that gut punch, they were much more serious buyers, right? All of that indecisiveness went out the window because they loved this property. They fell in love with this property, and they knew they could have had it if they were not being indecisive. And so what I'm telling you is, the more decisive you are, the more you know what you want, the more likely it is that you're going to get what you want, and you're going to be able to decide on that property when you see it. Because the longer you sit around and wait, the more likely it is somebody else will come along. And here's the thing. Here's the other thing. My clients offered less. The listing agent was going to accept our offer at less. Somebody came in the next day and offered more. This is why I'm trying to tell you. Be decisive. So when we go look at properties, we don't need to go look at 20 properties. We need to narrow it down to 5. We need to narrow it down to 5. You need to be on Zillow 30 minutes to an hour a day, or on my website 30 minutes to an hour a day, looking at properties, scrolling through, just seeing what you like, what do you like, what do you like, so that by the time, the only reason we should be going to look at these properties is so that you can get that in-person feeling and you can check things, maybe turn the water on a little bit, check things. But you should pretty much know that you want this property before we even go look at it in person, right? When we go look at it in person, you're just trying to see, what is the neighborhood like? What's the vibe? What's around here? There's been times where I went to show property and somebody says, "Oh, I don't like the thing." That was in the pictures. That was in the pictures. It only has 3 bedrooms. You knew that before we came here. It says it in the description. So please, if you are searching for a home, understand what you need. Because if we go look at a property that has 3 bedrooms and you know 3 bedrooms is too small, you need 4 bedrooms, and you know that, let's not go look at the 3 bedroom. Because while we're looking at the 3 bedroom, the 4 bedroom plus that you want, somebody else is looking at it and they're gonna get it before you get it, because we over here on some foolishness. So when you're looking for a property, know what you want. And when you know what you want, we can go look at it. And when we go look at it and you like it, we're ready to put an offer in. More likely to get accepted. So hope that helps. Just giving you a little preview of what to expect when we go look at properties. If you are in the DFW area and you need help buying or selling real estate, hit me up. My information is in the description. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe if you got any value out of this content. And I will see you in the next video.